Good morning, Scott here. Welcome to Hump Day, Wednesday. So there's a few things to look at today. I'll get straight into the charts and show you what I'm seeing. And I'd like you to compare it with what you see. And of course, post any ideas in the Slack channel if you're a member of Trade Trader. All right, let's come on. Okay, Bitcoin, that's not the right one. Let's look at Aussie CAD. Top of my list, Aussie CAD. We'll start with the daily. Still at this level. Bit of a bullish high test yesterday, but it hasn't pulled back yet. Hasn't pulled back to the day 20, day 50, hitting this pretty strong level. So hoping for some more downward bias today, but we have to have that proven to us. Let's go to the hourly chart and see what it gives us. We did have a break below the 1 hour 50 yesterday, but it came to nothing. It broke back above it. And it's now formed a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple top, which could mean that the bearish action is finished. It's now about to go higher, but the daily is suggesting that we're still going to go lower first. So we haven't even hit the 4 hour 50 yet. There's no obvious level here that's rejected. So we'll hope for some more bearish action proven by, we really need lower high, lower low to show you what a trend change. We've got a lower low here, but we don't have a lower high. We've got a quadruple top, which is good. So we're going to wait for that to break down below the 1 hour 50. Come back and retest. Again, we don't really want to see a double bottom either. If it comes down here and goes back, then we'll be trading to a double bottom. Just be aware of that. And of course, if it doesn't go as far down as that, it comes down to here, say, and then goes back, we've then got a higher low. So that implies that it's an uptrend still, or indecisive. So not the best of setups, but see how it plays out. Maybe it pull down to the 4 hour 50, come back up, and giving us a lower low, and looking like a downtrend is in place. So I'll put it on secondary for the moment. We'll see how that one plays out. Swiss yen. I'll try and speed up a little bit because there's a few to go through. Swiss yen, we have rejected this level, gone up and rejected another level perhaps. I'll check the level, and it's pretty strong here, right? Got I think there's very good support along here, wicked here, broke through it, come back to retest it. So my actual arrow is wrong. Whoops. Let's stay at looking for a down day today, and that's shown by looking at the hourly chart. Oh yes, isn't this a nice looking ACB? So if you know about the ACB, Advanced Continuous Breakout, the trend is down. We've had a pullback through the 1 hour 50 to the 4 hour 50, and we've got a nice little wedge pattern there. It looks really, really good. And entry will be happening sometime soon on the 5-minute 50 break down here somewhere. And that's looking like a really nice ACB, 4% to these lows, which is really tasty. You might want to give yourself a bit more room just in case. So I like that one a lot. That one could be setting up very soon. Let's look at pound Swiss. So pound Swiss, we had a bearish day yesterday and expecting that to continue today. A little bit of room to daily 20, daily 50. Not much, but let's see what the hourly gives us. Hourly is giving us not very clean action. We did have a break and a retest 1 hour 50, but sort of broke through it higher. Then we had a break and a retest looking much nicer. So we had the IBOC happen yesterday. Now we're breaking below the 4 hour 50. So we're waiting for it's not, if it pulls back now, it will be another IBOC, and not valid, of course. We've had the IBO already. So discretionary, if it does pull back now, is another IBOC, or we'll wait for the CBO to form, which may need to, it'll probably need to break down a bit lower, come back in a few hours' time. Pound Swiss is a non-Asian pair, so that will be another 6, 7, 8 hours before that sets up at least. So plenty of time for that to do some pulling back. Let the 1 hour 50 catch up, maybe make a nice CBO short. See how that one plays out. Another nice one here is pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi, so it's looking a bit, it's very sideways, but a nice little channel. Heading down towards this support level, rejecting the daily 20. Is there anything on the 1 hour? Well, the 1 hour is giving us a rejection of daily 20 quite clearly here and here. And then you break through the 1 hour 50, and that's going to pull back. So that could set up for an ACBB because the 4 hour 50 is sitting behind us. Fibs would need it to price action to come down to here somewhere. It's got a bit lower to go before it pulls back. If it does it from here, then it probably won't be the best setup. Maybe okay if it does it soon. But ideally it come down a bit later, down to about here somewhere. And you can trade that short. There's an ACBB and down to this S1 on the daily pivots, or to this these lows. So that's a possibility for later on. See how that one goes. Dollar yen. Dollar yen, we pull back to what looks like another pretty good level. It's here, resistance here, resistance here. And if you go back, is there much on this one? We go back to 1997 to get any other price action. So there's not really much to go from. But it looks like we've got a breakdown and a downtrend, and downtrend is going to continue. So another ACB, I mean, looking like it is. So that was the trade from yesterday. Right. So we did have an ACB set up, came back to the 4 hour 50, rejected it. So you could have entered that here yesterday, about here somewhere on the 5-minute break. We break down to 1 hour 50, pull back, and maybe there's another ACB set up here. You could probably just a bit of imagination and give another ACB wedge looking pattern, which will probably be breaking out about now or in the near future. So if ACB is your thing, then this could be another possible setup as well as the other one we looked at. So put stops up at the high. So we're looking at least 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So you get some good risk reward on ACB sometimes. This is a pretty good one. But of course, you do have the higher risk of being stopped out. If the 4 hour 50 doesn't hold, it might just go higher. Because this is still an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Oh, we've now got a lower low. Maybe even a lower high as well if it holds. This could be a breakout, so that could be pretty good looking ACB. Now the ones that are setting up right now, I'm going to quickly whiz through these ones, which may set up later today, because we're quite early on in the Asia session here. So this support line is looking strong, but it hasn't quite come down to test yet. It may still come down a wicket before going up. But if we do get a break at the 1 hour 50, nice clean break and a pullback, we could get an IBO long. So that's one to look for. So CAD yen, Euro yen. We're looking at the opposite. We've got very strong level here, been rejected again, and the daily 50. So not a lot of deceleration yet, but it's looking like it stops dead in its tracks after testing the daily 50. So we need a breakdown below the 1 hour 50, pullback, ACBB short. That's looking like quite a nice possible setup later on as well. Your Kiwi, another downtrend, putting back to this pretty good resistance level, rejecting it yesterday. And so we can see the 4 hour 50 was tested and it held pretty well. Now if you get back below the 1 hour 50 pullback, that could be, I don't think I'll get a CBO because the 4 hour 50 is probably too far behind, but it could be an ACBB short there. Euro dollar. Nice rejection this level, bearish action yesterday. We've had the IBO short, which was a bit messy. Euro dollars seems to be like that, I found. So wait now for the 4 hour 50 break and retest. That could be a CBO short. I'd wait for that. And Aussie. This long trend line been there forever, it seems, and it rejected it again yesterday. So there's something in that line. Looking for some short action today. Do we have a MACD? Yes, we've got a MACD divergence on these highs. So it's looking like we are going lower. Break of the 1 hour 50 retest, and we can see an IBO short happening there. Okay. Up to this very strong level, rejecting it nicely. Nice little high test doji yesterday. And did break below the 1 hour 50 retest for an IBO short, maybe later today. Oops, pound dollar. Again, we've had a strong level rejected, bit of bearish action yesterday. IBO's played out, although that wick may have taken you out. Looks pretty nice little wick. But if we break below the 4 hour 50 and a pullback, that'll be a CBO short. So that could be one for later. Kiwi CAD. Strong level being rejected. Kind of bullish looking candle yesterday, but this level has held. The 1 hour we've still got high highs and high lows. Do you see a trend change? But if we do get a break below the 1 hour 50 and a pullback, that could be a nice IBO short. Anything on the MACD? Yeah, MACD's saying we are going lower, so that could well happen later today. Kiwi Swiss. Kiwi Swiss, we've had a rejection of this level, pullback, and a couple of red candles in there. Ignore today's candle, it's still forming. So looking for a bit more short action down to the daily 20. We've had the IBO short set up yesterday. If you got in that one, that was quite a nice one. And it's rejecting the 4 hour, but if it breaks the 4 hour, we can get a CBO short later today. That could be possible. Last one we look at is Kiwi dollar. And again, a strong level's been rejected. Not a great candle yesterday. It's a little bit of a nothing candle. The 1 hour has seen this trend line here being broken, and that's kind of disregarded now. Hasn't really broken down much yet, but maybe people are waiting for this trend line to break. So maybe we'll get another break and retest the 1 hour. We'll retest the 1 hour 50, but I'll wait for the 4 hour 50 to break, and now get a nice CBO short. Put that down to the daily 20 at least. That could be a nice little short trade for later on. It's working. Okay, there you go. That's what I see. There's a few things happening right now. A few interesting ones like the ACBs, and a few possibles setting up for later on. So I hope it all goes well for you in the markets. I will see you tomorrow. All the best. And if you're not a member of ProTrader, scottprotrader.com, link in the description, and you can sign up there for free 3 hours of training and lots of great information, and then you can come and join us in ProTrader. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.